Hey everybody, and welcome into the RNGIDP channel. My name is Craig, and I'm happy to have you here with me tonight for some baseball. This should be fun. I've got some caffeine in me, got some late night strat action ready to happen, and I'm looking forward to a ball game. Sorry I missed you last night. It was an off night for the channel, but I had some fun doing some other stuff and didn't stream last night. But we're back here tonight and looking forward to another game day 15 matchup. Moving along through game day 15 pretty quickly here. We are almost halfway through our 30 game day season. 28 games for each team. No interleague play. All the teams are randomized. You get 28 games against your league, and we'll see what happens after that. So this should be fun tonight. We've got two teams that are struggling, sitting towards the bottom of the standings in the KL, the Kanto League. But you never know what can happen with these randomized teams. And Colorado, they come into this game having won 2 in a row. They're still in 14th place. Only team behind them is Cincinnati. They're 4-9 right now. So they were 2-9, but they've won 2 in a row, and they're here at home in Colorado to take on the San Francisco Giratina. San Francisco's 11th in the KL. They're 5-8 right now. San Francisco beat Miami in their last game, game day 14, beat them 5-3. Miami's gone on a two-game skid, and San Francisco has only won 1 in a row, but they're looking to jump a few teams in the standings. They're tied with New York and Miami at 5-8. Just above them is Washington at 6-7 and Los Angeles at 6-7. So they can make it all the way up to perhaps the 8th spot in the standings with a win here tonight. So we have an interesting matchup. San Francisco and Colorado come into this game with no injuries to speak of. Both teams are pretty healthy. These are back of the rotation guys as far as pitching go, though. And we will see Luis Severino for San Francisco take on Matt Boyd for Colorado. Pitching for Colorado has been their Achilles heel, and they haven't been able to hit very well either. So they're changing their lineup today, and we'll get to see that in the bottom half of the first. But before that, we will take a look at Matt Boyd. He will be the pitcher for Colorado. He is 0-2 so far this season. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, so he's gotten blown up a little bit. And you'll know when I tell you his earned runs how bad. He's in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 14 hits. That's a lot. But check this out. The earned runs are 13 earned runs. That's not good. 5 strikeouts and 3 walks for him. That equates to a 20.89 ERA. So Matt Boyd is not having a good time of it this season. He'll look to turn around here at home in Colorado against this lineup for San Francisco. They will come out in their pretty much their normal lineup at this point now. Rajai Davis is the center fielder. He's leading off. He's hitting 186. 4 doubles, 3 triples for Rajai Davis. He doesn't have any home runs or any RBIs, but he's been on base. He's striking out quite a bit, though. 13 strikeouts. Excuse me, that was a big yawn. I don't know where that came from. I just drank some caffeine. Javier Baez is the man in the 2 spot. He's playing second base. Javier Baez is hitting .250. 14 of 56 on the season with 6 doubles. No triples, no homers. He does have 5 runs batted in. Marwin Gonzalez is a switch hitting first baseman in the 3 spot. He's up to 182 at the moment with a double, a homer, and 4 RBIs. He's tied for the team lead with 18 strikeouts though, and only 1 walk. Giancarlo Stanton is the right fielder, the slugger, batting cleanup. And Giancarlo Stanton is hitting .313 right now, so he's doing his part. He's got 2 doubles, a triple for the big man, and 7 bombs. San Francisco as a team only has 10 home runs. And Giancarlo Stanton has 10 of those, or excuse me, has 7 of those. That is tops in the KL. He's 2 clear of David Ortiz of Cincinnati, who has 5. So Stanton has been hitting the ball here pretty well. 7 homers in 13 games so far. We'll see if he can hit one in the light air of Colorado tonight. The 5 spot is Matt Duffy. He's playing third base. Duffy is up to 275, 3 doubles, a triple, no homers, and 4 RBI. Johnny Peralta is the veteran shortstop. Peralta is hitting 244, couple of doubles, and a homer. He's got the team lead, not Stanton, in RBI. He's got 10 of them. Franklin Gutierrez is the left fielder. He's batting 7th. Gutierrez is hitting 122. Rough go of it so far this season. 1 extra base hit, 11 strikeouts, and 5 walks. The catcher will be Tuffy Gozwich. Tuffy Gozwich not only has a really good name, but he's kind of taken over the starting job for the struggling Chris Iannetta at the dish. Iannetta had been the starter for most of the season, but after posting a 111 batting average with only 4 hits and 36 at-bats with no extra base hits, no RBIs, Tuffy Gozwich got the call, and so far he's 1 for 5 in his plate appearances. So he'll be back behind the backstop tonight, and it will be Luis Severino, the right-handed, weak power-hitting pitcher in the 9 spot. So I think that's all we have to start the game. So I think we're ready to roll. It will be Matt Boyd against Rajai Davis. Right here on the RNGIDP channel. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to everybody. And I know that once I get rolling here, I zone out. And so I just want to say thank you before the end of the stream this time to all those that have supported me, followed me on Twitter, subscribed here on YouTube. You guys are the greatest, man. It's really fun to be able to play these games, and I'd be playing them without the camera. But man, it's so much more fun to have the interaction of the chat window up and having people drop in to say hey and all the projects they're doing. It's been really a blast. So thank you to you guys for all you guys do for me, watching me and supporting me. So let's get this game going. San Francisco and Colorado, we are ready to rock. And Colorado sends their pitcher, Matt Boyd, out to the mound to face Rajai Davis. Matt Boyd is a lefty here against Rajai Davis, and he strikes him out. That's the first out of the ball game, and we are here underway. Matt Boyd circles the mound, gets the ball back, and he's ready to pitch to Javi Baez. Javi Baez is playing second base today, and this one's got a shot to be a single. He bounces one over to the third base side, and a 1-8 chance, and no, it's going to be picked up by the third baseman, Brad Miller, today, and he fires it across the diamond, and there's 2 quickly down for Marwin Gonzalez. This is the 2015 set that I'm using for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. It is almost Strat-O-Matic opening day. Looking forward to that. I will be picking up the new set as I do every year. This is a 6.5. This could be deep and gone if Marwin Gonzalez is a normal power against lefties. He is. So Marwin Gonzalez, a no-doubt shot deep into center field. And that one is gone. So a 2-out bomb here at Coors Field. And Marwin Gonzalez puts San Francisco on the board early here with a round tripper against the lefty Matt Boyd. And now it will be the big-time slugger, Giancarlo Stanton. Can he go back-to-back? This is a 4-7, a 4-7. He's going to hit this one well out to center field. It's going to bounce, and it'll be cut off by the center fielder, Gregory Polanco, who's got some wheels out there. So that's going to be a single. And Giancarlo Stanton is aboard. Wait, did I just... That was an 8. Okay, I read that wrong. So he walked. Maybe I should just leave it for the narrative because I had already announced it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be statistically accurate like I'm trying to be. I will white it out and say he walked. So now it's up to Matt Duffy. Matt Duffy with a man on first. That's Giancarlo Stanton. 2 outs now. And against the righty, this is a single out to left field. Giancarlo Stanton is going to stop at second. And now, a hit and 2 hits and a walk with 2 outs here for Matt Boyd. And he thought he was going to get out of this inning unscathed, but he's kind of falling apart here with 2 outs. And now it's Johnny Peralta. Johnny Peralta trickles one out to second base. Will Jace Peterson be able to make a play? He's a 2-range second base. 218? Yeah, he goes to his left. Makes a nice grab. Has plenty of time to make a strong throw and get the charging Johnny Peralta. But that will be the 3rd out. San Francisco, though, gets a 2-out homer from Marwin Gonzalez. And they lead as we move to the bottom half, 1-0. Now, as we move to the bottom here, let's introduce you to San Francisco's pitcher. That'll be Luis Severino. Luis Severino is 0 for 1 this season. He's only gone 5 innings so far. This will be his 2nd start. 9 hits given up, 5 earned runs, 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. That's a 9 ERA. So Severino will face this lineup for Colorado. It looks a little bit different today, and we'll go through it. They're stacking handers against the righty Severino, trying to get something going here. Gregory Polanco will lead off and play center field. He's hitting .232, a pair of doubles, a triple. No home runs yet, and only 3 RBIs. He does have 2 stolen bases, though. Ian Desmond has the only other stolen base on the squad. He's batting second, playing short. .237 the average for him. He does have 3 homers, though, which leads the team. Yeah, 3 homers leads the team. He has half of the home runs for Colorado. They only have 6 as a team. So Desmond bats second. Victor Martinez, the switch-hitting first baseman, is at first base. I just said the first baseman is at first base, but he's playing, he's hitting third. He's batting right at the Mendoza line, 10 for 50. That's a 200 average. 3 doubles and no other extra base hits. He's got 2 RBI. Chris Coughlin is the cleanup man today, playing left field. Coughlin is dropped below 200. He's at 196. He does have a double and 2 home runs. So 2 home runs for him and only 2 RBI. So both single shots, solo shots. He's got 11 strikeouts and 5 walks. Andre Ethier is getting a start today. I think this will be his first start of the season. He's been a lefty pinch hitter most of the season. He's batting 5th. Ethier is 3 for 11 so far with a double. Jace Peterson is your normal everyday second baseman, and he will be hitting in the 6th spot today. And Peterson is batting 184. He's got 3 doubles and 3 RBIs. Brad Miller, B-Rad, is batting 7th. He's starting at third base today for Andrew Romine. Romine is struggling with at the plate. He's hitting 154. And so Brad Miller gets the call. And Brad Miller is 5 for 16 so far in the season. He's been pretty good off the bench. A double and a triple for him. We'll see if he can continue that now as a starter. Robinson Chirinos is the catcher, and he's 5 for 19 so far in the season. 3 doubles for him. And no RBIs. And the pitcher is Matt Boyd. As we saw, he's a lefty, weak hitting pitcher to round out the order. All right, I think we are ready to roll here. Gregory Polanco, his long stride makes his way to the plate, and he will face Luis Severino. It's a 3-11. He skies this one a mile high out to the second baseman, Javi Baez. He flips the shades down and makes the catch, and that will be the first out here. Ian Desmond now steps in, the shortstop. He sees the pitch, and this will be a strikeout. Gets caught looking on a ball on the outside corner. And there's two quickly out here. This is what happened to Severino in the top half. Or, excuse me, to Boyd in the top half. And then gave up a 2-out homer. Okay, and Victor Martinez return the favor? Well, he's going to get on board. That's going to be a single out to left field. So a 2-out hit for Colorado, and maybe they're in business now. Chris Coughlin will start a string of 4 straight lefties against Severino. And here with a man on base, he just gets under that one. He thought he had some good wood on it, but he popped it up. And that'll be over to Baez again. And that will round out the inning. The first inning's over. It's a 1-0 ball game. San Francisco leading Colorado. And we move to the top of the second. Matt Boyd will make his way back out to the mound. And he will face the 7-8 batters of Gutierrez, Goswitch, and the pitcher Severino. So Boyd to face Gutierrez. And this is a 6-11. That's a bouncer over to Desmond at short. He grabs it off of a hop, and he takes a couple of steps and throws it over to first. And there's 1 out. Now Tuffy Goswitch. I just like saying that guy's name. Tuffy Goswitch. I imagine if you're the PA man of Arizona where he plays, you probably give it a little extra. Tuffy Goswitch. It just sounds fun. Against the lefty here, Tuffy Goswitch. That's a bouncer over to first baseman. That's Victor Martinez, and he pounces on it, and he'll run over to the bag. And Tuffy Goswitch is the second here. And now we'll have the pitcher with 2 outs. That's Severino. Severino is a righty against the lefty. And, of course, it's a 2-out walk to the pitcher. Why wouldn't you walk the pitcher with 2 outs, right? You don't want to flip the order over. But Matt Boyd has a cardinal sin of walking the pitcher with 2 outs. And it's Rajai Davis. Will it come back to bite him? It's a 3-8. No, he's going to make it a pitch and strike him out. That's the second strikeout against Davis today. And only the second strikeout for Matt Boyd overall. That's the end of the top half here. Matt Boyd battles back and keeps San Francisco off the board. We move to the bottom of the second. Just under here, Colorado against San Francisco in the KL in my RNL League, the 2015 Strat-O-Matic baseball set. This has been really fun, and I'm enjoying it. And maybe Andre Ethier will enjoy this start against Severino. It's a 6-7. That is going to be a second base X chance. The second baseman is Javi Baez. We rolled a 1, so this could be trouble. Javi Baez is a second base with a 2 range, and that's going to sneak under his glove. Andre Ethier with a single and a hit in his first at-bat. So he leads off the bottom of the second with a single. And now he's aboard for Jace Peterson Ethier is a D stealer. They're not holding him. They want to keep the double play in order. Jace Peterson is a C hit and run guy. And he's just going to swing away. This is a 3-8. And he's going to swing right through that pitch. And that strikes him out. So the second strikeout on the day for Severino. And a big one there. Now a double play gets out of this. And it will be Brad Miller getting the start today at third base. Will he be able to do anything here? Let's say 5-9. No, he strikes it out as well. So back-to-back strikeouts of Peterson and Miller, and now Severino is in control. 2 outs, a man on first. That's Andre Ethier. You've got Robinson Chirinos, the catcher, followed by the pitcher, Matt Boyd. Be careful here against Chirinos. He's got some pop in that bat. Will he? Oh, he's going to be a little too careful. He ends up walking him. Was nibbling, trying to get him to bite on a pitch. Didn't want to give him anything good to hit, and he ends up losing him and walking him. So now it will be the pitcher. They're going to flip the lineup here. A 2-out walk to Chirinos. Ethier scampers down to second. Now Matt Boyd could help himself out here with the hit. This is a ground ball back to the pitcher. That is he is a 2-range pitcher. So a 217 is going to go to his E rating. He's an E23. E23, and we rolled a 3. So that's going to be an error. So he bounces one over to Severino. Severino has trouble getting out of his glove and makes a rush throw, bounces it, and it gets past the first baseman, Gonzalez. And everybody's going to move up a base. So Boyd is on first, Chirinos is on second, and Ethier moves to third on the error by Severino. So now you've got Gregory Polanco up to bat. Tuffy Gozwich goes and visits the mound, trying to calm down his pitcher after he just made an error. And Gozwich is back behind the plate, and it will be Gregory Polanco with nowhere to put him. Popped up to the second baseman Baez the last time. This time he gets a pitch, and he flies it out to left field. And Franklin Gutierrez tracks it down and will make the catch. That will be the end of the inning. So the error doesn't hurt Severino. And Colorado stays off the board here through the second. It's 1-0. San Francisco is leading going into the top of the third. Matt Boyd will face Baez, Gonzalez, and Stanton, the 2-3-4 batters, here in the top of the third. So this is a 3-8 to 3-8, and he's going to get caught looking. Baez didn't like the call, but it's a strikeout. That's the third strikeout on the day for Boyd. And there's 1 out. Baez continues to keep talking all the way back to the dugout, and umpire just stands there, not acknowledging him. And Marwin Gonzalez, who hit the home run off of him last time, he comes up to the plate. This is a 2-5. A 2-5. It could be a base hit down the third base line, and no, a 1-17 chance at a single. And the fill-in third baseman Brad Miller makes a wonderful diving snag to rob Marwin Gonzalez of a hit. So 2 outs now. Gonzalez thought he had another base hit, took the bat with him about halfway down the first baseline, and just couldn't believe that Miller made that snag at third. Now it's Giancarlo Stanton, and he gets hit by the pitch. Stanton, he crowds the plate, And he wears that face guard because he got hit one time before in the face. Yet he still is up on that plate quite a bit, and Matt Boyd found him. So now it's Duffy. Duffy singled his last time up. And here he is facing the lefty. It's a 2-6. This one is popped up out to center field. Polanco barely has to move, and he makes the play. And that will end the inning. The top half of the third is gone. We move to the bottom half. It's still a 1-0 ball game. San Francisco got the early home run from Gonzalez and haven't given up anything yet. Luis Severino is fooled around with trouble, had the bases loaded to end the inning last time he was out. And this time he'll face Desmond, Martinez, and Coughlin, the 2-3-4 batters. Martinez had a single his last time. That's all it's doing. That's all it's been doing here. And it will be Desmond who gets a hold of this pitch. How far will it fly? This is a ballpark home run chance, 1-14, and it's out of here. And it is gone. Ian Desmond puts one into the seats, and it is a home run to tie the ball game. Ian Desmond got it into right center field, right into the alley there where the wind takes it, and it kept on going and going, and it ended up in the first row out in right center field. Now Victor Martinez, switch hitter, to face Severino, and this is a 5-6. A 5-6 is going to be a base hit as well. It's going to be out into the gap, and that will be a stand-up double for Victor Martinez. He singled in the first inning, and now he has a double. And now back-to-back hits has Colorado feeling pretty good. Nobody out here. The bottom of the third. Colorado's already plated a run. They've got a man on second now with a double. This is Chris Coughlin now. And Chris Coughlin gets caught looking. That's a strikeout. That'll be the fourth strikeout of the day for Severino. And the first out here in the bottom of the third. That was a big strikeout. Now it's Andre Ethier. Ethier singles and made it to third base back last inning. And here he is again. He's a lefty. And Andre Ethier gets that same pitch, and it's called a strike again. And that will be strikeout number 5 for Severino. And my pen is running out of ink at the end of the half inning. We're going to have to make an ink cartridge switch. Severino now to face Jace Peterson. And Jace Peterson puts a charge into this one, and it is a double out to center field. Victor Martinez is going to score, and Jace Peterson is aboard with a 2-out double to plate Victor Martinez and give Colorado the lead. It's a 2-1 ball game, and I don't think my ink is going to make it till the end of the half inning here. Maybe. So Jace Peterson gets an RBI, and it's 2-1. And now Brad Miller comes to the plate. He struck out his last time. Will he be able to bring home Peterson from second? It's a 4-6. No, he swings and misses. Was trying a little hard to bring that run home, and he fails to do so, and that will end the inning. And that's going to end my cartridge here. And give me one moment while I switch this out. Need a new cartridge here. In the end of the bottom of the third, we move to the top of the fourth. It's a 2-1 ball game. Colorado scoring some runs here, which is unusual for them. They sit at a -27 run differential. They've only scored 31 runs on this season while they've given up 58. San Francisco, meanwhile, has scored 37 and given up 53. That's a -16 run differential for them. But San Francisco trails on the scoreboard now. It's 2-1 after Colorado's plated 2 here in the bottom of the third. And my cartridge is fixed and the ink is flowing. And we are ready to resume play here in the top of the fourth. It will be Matt Boyd pitching to Johnny Peralta, Franklin Gutierrez, and Tuffy Gozwich. And if you ever need ink for your pens, this is not a paid endorsement, even though if they wanted to pay me, I would let them. Colorado Ink, ColoradoPen.com is the place where I get my stuff, and they're wonderful. The customer service has been great, and I know I live in Colorado, but the shipping is ridiculously fast. I ordered some new ink, and it got here, I believe, the very next day, and it was only with standard shipping. It's amazing. Those guys are awesome. As soon as you get the order, as soon as you place the order, they pretty much are on it and send it in the mail that same day. So check those guys out. All right, Matt Boyd against Johnny Peralta. He grounded out to second his first time up. And against the lefty Boyd, this is a strikeout. So Boyd, after only getting 1 strikeout his first time through the order, starting to feel things out now. That's his 4th one here. And Johnny Peralta goes down swinging. And now Franklin Gutierrez, who grounded out to Desmond at short his first time up. This is a 2-8. And that's a solid single out to left field. So Gutierrez gets aboard on a single. And now it'll be Tuffy Gozwich. Gozwich bounced one to Martinez at first base his last time up. And this time against the lefty, he grounds one to short. That's Desmond. Desmond charges hard, turns and fires to Peterson. Peterson over to Martinez. That's a 6-4-3 double play. Gozwich bounces in to end the inning. And Gozwich, who was on his horse up the line, looks like he might have pulled up lame. He was charging hard. He was really running, trying to stay out of the double play. And let's see if he is going to be able to continue. We rolled a 5. That is going to be... No, he's going to have to come out of the ball game. Looks like a minor tweak, but he's coming out. And he'll have to be replaced. Looks like the word from the trainer is he's going to be out 1 game. So Gozwich goes to the bench, and coming out to do the catching will be Chris Iannetta. And he will take over behind the plate, and he will bat 8th as well. So Chris Iannetta gets the call, and he will catch here for Luis Severino as we move to the bottom of the 4th. It's a 1-0 ball game. San Francisco continues to lead by the minimum. And now Severino will face Chirinos, Boyd, and Polanco, the 8, 9, and 1 batter. And Chirinos, will he be able to get aboard? He hits one out to center field. And no. Rajai Davis makes a nice play, running to his left. And that will be the first out. So now Matt Boyd hitting for himself here. He reached on an error his last time up. That loaded the bases. Polanco couldn't do anything with it, but Boyd reached, And here he will fly one out to center. Rajai Davis hadn't really gotten back to his position yet, and he found the ball right where he was headed. And there is 2 outs. Gregory Polanco comes up with the bases empty this time. Couldn't do anything with the bases loaded. We'll see if he can do anything with them clear. And he grounds one over to Gonzalez at first. Gonzalez is going to have to make a play quickly. He gets it out of his glove and over to Severino, who was covering. And that will end the inning. Polanco having a rough day so far at the plate. 0 for 3 to begin the game. And it's a 1-0 ball game. San Francisco continues to lead here. And now Matt Boyd, who's not pitched terribly here so far, will continue. He's going to face Severino, Davis, and Baez. This one is a strikeout. So Severino, who walked his first time up, is a strikeout victim this one. And that's 5 strikeouts for Boyd. Rajai Davis is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. And there's another one. That's a trifecta of Ks. The 6th one of the day now for Boyd. And 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Now this is Matt Boyd against Javier Baez. And Javi Baez draws a walk, a 2-out walk. He's done that. He's done that before. That was in the 2nd inning for the pitcher Severino. It didn't come back to hurt him, but you don't want to get into a habit of that, especially with Marwin Gonzalez up to the bat. He homered in the 1st inning against Boyd. And this is a 6-11. This one's going to be a chopper over to Ian Desmond. He's going to handle it and fire it across the diamond for the 3rd out. So Boyd gets out of that walk again and keeps San Francisco off the board again. We move away from the top of the 5th. And speaking of top of the 5ths, I know I've been telling you about this for about a week now, but that's the Rank 'em Up podcast. And why do I bring it up in the top of the 5th as well? It's because we take a topic, say your favorite baseball player, and we rank it. And we list our top 5 of that certain subject. So if it was top 5 favorite baseball players of all time, well, Joe Girardi would be on my list somewhere. Todd Helton, Larry Walker, Andres Galarraga. These guys all have a certain thing in common, right? All Colorado Rockies players. Well, I know I'm a Rockies fan. What am I gonna do? If you like that kind of debate and topic and sounds fun to you, I implore you to take a listen to the Rank 'em Up podcast. Join me and my friends Lilo and Don, and we've ranked other things like cereals or animated movies or superhero we'd least likely like to face in a dark alley, that kind of stuff. That's the Rank 'em Up podcast. Check it out on iTunes, Google Play, or all your favorite podcast apps. Also on Twitter at Rank 'em Up. All right, we'll move here to the bottom of the 5th. And Ian Desmond will be aboard for, or not be aboard, will come to the plate for his 3rd at-bat of the game. He homered his last time out. He struck out as well. This time against Severino. This is a 3-12. He's going to hit one hard right at the 3rd baseman, Matt Duffy. It's a good thing there was nobody else on base, or they would have been doubled up for sure. And that will lead off the bottom of the 5th here with a out. Now we go to Martinez. Martinez doubled his last time out. This is a 5-8, and he's going to dribble one out to second. Javi Baez charges hard for it, and he will make a nice sidearm throw and get Martinez out at second, or out at first. Now Chris Coughlin, he's 0 for 2 today, and he struck out back in the 3rd inning. This is a 5-5. Coughlin is going to get a hold of this one. A 1-5, and it's a homer. It is not. That's going to be a double out to the gap. But Coughlin reaches on a 2-out double. And now it'll be Andre Ethier. Ethier singled back in the 2nd. Struck out in the 3rd. And now he's got a man aboard at 2nd. An RBI just waiting out there to be had. And he's going to put one out into right field. Will that be enough to score Coughlin? Let's take a look. Are they going to send him? Coughlin is a 1-14 runner. The right fielder is Giancarlo Stanton, who is a -3 arm. So it's a 1-14. He was a B stealer, so they were holding him. So it's 14 -3, which is 11, -1 for being held. So it's a 1-10. There are 2 outs, however, so it's a 1-12 chance. So Coughlin is getting the green light. He was off with the pitch. A 1-12, he scores, and no, he gets fired out, and he gets hosed out at home by the strong arm of Giancarlo Stanton, and that will end the inning. So Coughlin tries to score on a single from Andre Ethier, but he gets fired out at home by Stanton. And I keep saying it's a 1-0 ball game. It's because I forgot to put in the 3rd inning that Colorado scored a pair of runs. So Colorado, trying to add to their lead, Coughlin gets a little greedy and gets thrown out at home by Giancarlo Stanton. A nice throw from the big man. And we move to the top of the 6th. And Matt Boyd, pitching pretty well here, will continue. And he will face that man, Giancarlo Stanton, who just had some nice outfield work. 2-1 ball game here. San Francisco trailing Colorado. And this is a 4-9, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Boyd has walked, hit him, and now struck him out. The big man takes the K for the first inning here in the top, for the first out here at the top of the 6th. And now Matt Duffy, who's singled, he's 1 for 2 against Matt Boyd, and this is a 6-5. And is he a normal home run power? He is. So Matt Duffy goes yard just like Gonzalez did. Pretty much the same spot out in center field. Out into the geysers, the little pond out there in center field. And it's a tie ball game. Boyd serves one up to Duffy, and he cranks it out to center field. And now Johnny Peralta, 1-7, and Peralta goes down looking. Boyd still has the touch on that strikeout pitch. That's 8 strikeouts now, and after the home run, he's settled back in. And it's Franklin Gutierrez, who singled his last time up. And Gutierrez, he's going to get a hit this time, too. It's going to be out to center field. That's going to drop home for a single. So a 2-out hit again. And now it'll be Chris Iannetta with his first at-bat of the game. Iannetta's really been struggling at the dish. And here he will have a chance with a man aboard to keep this inning alive. It's a 5-8. And nope, he's going to strike out. That's what Chris Iannetta has been doing a lot of. And that's 9 strikeouts now for Matt Boyd. And he gets out of the 6th, but not before giving up the tying home run. It's a 2-2 ball game. And with Severino not coming up to the plate to bat in the last half inning, he's going to make his way out here to continue. He's got Jace Peterson, Brad Miller, and Robinson Chirinos that all due up. Peterson doubled off of him last time, but here he will face him again. 6-6, and Peterson gets him again. This is a single out to center field. So Peterson's aboard again. That's his second hit of the ball game. And now it will be Brad Miller. B-Rad made a nice play in the field at third base, but he's 0 for 2 at the plate so far. 2 strikeouts as well. And there's a third strikeout. So B-Rad with 3 strikeouts on the game. That's the 7th strikeout for Severino, and the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. So Miller not impressing behind the plate, or at the plate. We'll see if he gets another start out of it. Chirinos now, with Peterson on first base. They are holding him even though he's a C stealer. They're trying to keep him close to the bag to keep the double play in order. And that's just what's going to happen. Chirinos hits one over to Peralta. Peralta to Baez, over to Gonzalez. It's a 6-4-3 twin killing to get San Francisco out of this. The leadoff single doesn't hurt him. And in essence, they go 1-2-3 with the double play. So Severino and Boyd continue to battle here. It's a 2-2 ball game as we move to the top of the 7th. Boyd is due up next inning first, as Severino is set to lead off here. He will not get the chance, though. They're going to go to the bullpen, or to the dugout, excuse me, and get a pinch hitter. That pinch hitter will be Brandon Drury. So the powerful right-hander pinch hits for Severino, whose day is over now. And Drury will look to set the table here in the 7th, and maybe if they get the lead, give Severino a chance to win this ball game. So this is a 1-9. Oh, look at all that black ink, but that's going to be hit straight back to the pitcher Boyd, who's able to make the snag between his legs and fire it over to first to get Drury. So he's the first out of the inning, and we flip the order back to the top half, and now Rajai Davis, who has struck out 3 times against Boyd so far. And he's going to hit one over to third. It's not going to be a strikeout. Will Brad Miller be able to make a play on it? That's the question. It's hit pretty hard. Brad Miller is not the greatest out in the field. He's a third base with a range of 4. So third baseman with a range of 4. That's going to sneak under his glove. And after 3 strikeouts, Rajai Davis has himself a base hit. That's perseverance right there. And now he's aboard for Javi Baez. Davis is a decent stealer. He's a B stealer. Robinson Chirinos has a -1 arm, so they are going to have to hold him. So it'd be a 1-9 chance to steal. Will they do it? No, he's already struck out 3 times. He's a little timid, so he's not going. And it's going to be a single. So Baez and Davis with back-to-back singles. Davis got a good read on it, and with those wheels ends up at third. So now runners on the corners with only 1 out here. And Marwin Gonzalez up to bat who's already homered now against Matt Boyd. You've got Gonzalez and Stanton do up the two heavy hitters. Boyd starting to get a little fatigued. One more walk or hit given up, and he'll be at his pitcher inning of weakness, his point of weakness. But he's going to get the chance to throw to Gonzalez here. With runners on the corners, they've got the infield back looking for the double play ball. Will they get it? This one may get him out of it. It's hit over to second base. And Peterson makes a nice grab. He tosses it to Desmond and over to Martinez just in time. A 4-6-3 double play. And a big one. That gets him out of the inning. And Matt Boyd pumps his fist and points over at the second baseman, Peterson, in congratulations and saying thank you. He gets out of the inning here. So Boyd will lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time. While I find a new pitcher, you can go ahead and sing at home. Let's look at the bullpen here for San Francisco. Severino was pinch hit for, and now we need to find a pitcher, and that will be San Francisco only has one lefty in the bullpen, and they're not going to get him right now. They're going to have to get go get Matt Albers. Albers will come out of the bullpen looking to keep Colorado off the board and give San Francisco a chance in the top of the 8th. But before we get to Albers, let's take a look at Severino. Severino went 6 innings. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 2 runs. Both of them were earned. Struck out 7 batters, and he walked 1. Only 1. So a pretty good start for Severino. Went 5 innings in his only other start and took a loss. This is much better this time, even though he won't be available to get the win. And Colorado, with Matt Boyd leading off, is going to go to their bench. And they will get Andrew Romine. Will they? No, he's been struggling. They're going to save him. They're going to get Elian Herrera. Elian Herrera will pinch hit for the pitcher Matt Boyd, who went 7 strong innings, but now his day is over. And Elian Herrera will pinch hit here. Oops, it's the 7th. Okay. Jerry Ball checking in. Welcome. Hey, how you doing, Jerry Ball? He's asking me how I'm doing. I'm doing pretty good. I'm starting to get a little tired tonight. Usually I get a game in no problem, but especially late at night. But tonight I'm a little fatigued. I worked on the car today, had to do a lot of running around, went grocery shopping, so a little tired today. Elian Herrera, though, against the righty Matt Albers, and he swings through that one, trying to make the most out of his chance, but he strikes out. That's the first strikeout for Albers, and we are underway here in the bottom of the 7th. We flipped the order over to the top side, and Gregory Polanco now with his 4th at-bat. Let me get you some numbers on the new pitcher for San Francisco, Matt Albers. He's been busy. He's thrown in 9 1/3 innings. He's got 2 wins, 2-0 so far on his record. Out of the bullpen, that's not bad. He's only given up 4 hits in those 9 1/3. Only 1 earned run as well. So he's been quite effective. 6 strikeouts and only 1 walk. Jerry's doing good tonight. That's good to hear. playing some ball here in the, just had the stretch. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Elian Herrera struck out as a pinch hitter for the pitcher Matt Boyd for Colorado. And now Matt Albers took over for Luis Severino, and he gets Polanco to bounce one harmlessly over to Johnny Peralta at short, who picks it up and wings one side-armed over to first. And that's the second out of the inning. Albers making quick work of this Colorado lineup here. It's a 2-2 ball game. And now Ian Desmond, who's responsible for one of those runs off a solo homer, will see a pitch, and he can't get the bat off his shoulder. He takes that pitch, and it's a strike. That'll be strike 3, and the second strikeout of the inning, which will retire the side for Albers. And we are through 7. Albers has a quick 1-2 inning out of the bullpen. Does his job quite effectively. And we move to the top of the 8th. It's 2-2. Colorado is going to have to go to their bullpen, which hasn't been great so far this season. They will face Giancarlo Stanton, Matt Duffy, and Johnny Peralta. So I believe they're going to go get Ken Giles, the setup man, just to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Ken Giles will be the new pitcher, and he's got the tough task of facing Stanton. And then the guy that Matt Duffy's hit a home run today, and then he's got the leading RBI man for San Francisco, Johnny Peralta. So before we take a look at Giles' numbers, let's take a look at Matt Boyd's day. Boyd went 7. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 2 runs, both of them were earned. He struck out a total of 9 batters. And he walked 1, 2, only 3. He walked 3 batters. So not a bad deal for Matt Boyd, and his 20.89 ERA coming into this game will drop pretty significantly. And now Ken Giles makes his way to the mound from the bullpen. And Giles, in 7 2/3 innings, has a save. He's given up 5 hits, only 1 earned run. He's got 9 strikeouts and 3 walks to go with him. So pretty effective out of the bullpen for Giles. And he needs a big 8th inning here to keep San Francisco off the board. Will he be able to do it? This is a ballpark single chance against the righty. It's a 1-19. And yes, Giancarlo Stanton leads off the 8th with a single. I guess, though, you'd be more than happy to give Stanton a single in this situation. High intensity pressure situation. You just don't want him to hit a homer. But now Matt Duffy will face the man from Yavapai College in Prescott, Arizona. Ken Giles apparently had a darn good college career, according to Jerry Ball. And I could tell he's rooting for Giles here against Matt Duffy. He's in a pressure situation here. Man on first. Duffy at the plate. And he gets a strikeout. So Giles comes back after the single, strikes out Duffy. And there's 1 out now. It'll be up to Johnny Peralta. Stanton is a C stealer. He's not going anywhere. Peralta struck out twice today. Let's take a look at the options on the bench if they were to pinch hit. Peralta is a shortstop. They could get Alexi Amarista in the field if they wanted to pinch hit. And they've got Grady Sizemore on the bench they could go and get. Peralta, though, has led the team in RBIs, so they are going to give him a chance to to hit here against Giles. And he comes through. This is going to be a hit. A 1-13, it's a double, 2-star, and it is. It's a 12. So Peralta pokes one out to center field for a double. Stanton is going to get the red light at third, and he holds up. But now there's men at second and third with one out. Ken Giles gives up a double to Johnny Peralta. And now Franklin Gutierrez, who's 2 for 3 on the day, will have two men in scoring position. And what does Colorado do here? They're in a tough spot. It's a 2-2 ball game in the top of the 8th, one out. Gutierrez, and then due up will be Chris Iannetta, and then the pitcher spot. Gutierrez is 2 singles on the day. Do they walk him to set up the double play with the weak catcher hitting? I think that's what they're going to do. So they're going to give Gutierrez the free pass as we talk it out here to set up the double play. And it will be Chris Iannetta now. Iannetta, not a great runner. There's a couple of A's in prominent places there on this card. And they are going to attempt to get the double play. The infield is back. Can't pinch hit for Iannetta here. There's no other catchers on the bench. Catcher that started this game, Tuffy Gozwich, went out injured after he bounced into a double play, and now it's up to Iannetta. Will he come through? This is a 4-7, and Giles gets him to strike out. So a big-time strikeout there. It wasn't the double ball they were looking for, but a big-time strikeout. And now with the pitcher spot up, they are going to go to the bench. And it will be Grady Sizemore, the lefty. So pinch hitting here will be Sizemore going to the bench. This is a pressure situation here in the top of the 8th. It's a 2-2 ball game. Ken Giles to face Grady Sizemore. They're going to... Robinson Chirinos goes to the mound to buy a little time. Will they go get a lefty here? They have Burke Badenhop. No, he's a righty. They have... they've only got one lefty in the bullpen, and that's Manny Parra, who his card is not the greatest. So they're going to have to stick with Giles. Tuffy was a Sun Devil. I didn't know Tuffy Gozwich was a Sun Devil, and now he plays for the Diamondbacks. That's pretty cool. Well, Ken Giles here to face Grady Sizemore. They're not going to go to the bullpen. Giles is going to have to work out of this himself. It'll be Sizemore against Giles. Who will win this battle? It's a 2-4. This one is bounced over to the first baseman, Victor Martinez. Martinez sure-handedly uses 2 hands on that grounder and fires it over to Giles, who is covering. And that will get him out of the inning. Giles comes in and does his job in the high pressure and gets Colorado out of the top of the 8th unscathed. San Francisco can't score, and we move to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 2-2 ball game. So Matt Albers, who had a good last half inning, is gonna make way. He got pinch hit for Grady Sizemore, so we're gonna have to go to the bullpen to find another pitcher. And so Matt Albers went 1 inning, didn't give up a hit, and he struck out a pair, didn't walk anybody. Now we go to the bullpen for San Francisco, and with Martinez, Coughlin, and then a slew of lefties to go, They're going to go to their one lefty, and that's Andrew McKirahan. So their setup man is Josh Fields, but Colorado stacked. They stacked the lineup with lefties, and so now McKirahan will make his way here. Ken Giles got a nice round of applause from Jerry Ball in the live chat. He's pumped up for that job he did, and he should, because he got out of that bases loaded situation. I mean, he got himself into the situation. So, I mean, he got himself into trouble and he got himself out. So it evened out, but he did a good job to get out of it. And now it will be McKirahan for San Francisco. He has worked a lot because he is their only lefty. And so McKirahan, with only 3 2/3 innings, I thought he pitched more than that. He doesn't have a record. He's given up 9 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and a strikeout. So not as effective as I thought he has been. But here he will face Victor Martinez, and then a parade of lefties: Coghlan, Ethier, Peterson, Miller. We'll see if they all make their appearance. That bench for Colorado is stacked with righties. But McKirahan faces the switch-hitting Martinez, and he steps in from the right side, and that's going to be dribbled over to short. This will be a tough chance. The shortstop is Johnny Peralta. Peralta, we almost pinch hit for him. He's not a great fielder. He's a shortstop with a range of 4. And that's going to go to his E rating. He's an E10, and we rolled a 10. And he's going to get there, and he's going to make the strong throw to first to get Martinez. Martinez doesn't run well, and that probably helped. And so Peralta goes deep in the hole, makes a jumping throw, and he gets Martinez. Now, Chris Coghlan. Coghlan has doubled today, and he's 1 for 3. He will face the lefty McKirahan here. It's a 5-5, and Peralta gets another chance. Peralta is going deep into the hole, about the same spot that Martinez just hit it to. Shortstop 4, it's a 2, and he's not going to get to this one. It's going to squeak past his glove, and Coghlan will reach for the second time. So Coghlan aboard. He's a B stealer. They're going to hold him. And now Andre Ethier. Will he get the chance to hit here? He's 2 for 3 on the day. But they have Marlon Byrd on the bench that could come in for him. Will they pinch hit for Ethier against the lefty? Also, let's take a look. Iannetta has a B or a +1 arm. Coghlan is a B stealer. They're holding him. They are going to let Ethier hit here against the lefty. But Coghlan is thinking about taking off. It would be a 1 to 11 chance. And Coghlan's going to do it. Coghlan's getting a big lead, and Coghlan takes off. A 1 to 11, he steals, and that was a 3, so he steals second base. And on the throw, it was a little wild. Let's see Iannetta's T rating. It's a 1 to 2. So if it's a 2 or less, he's got an error, and it's not. So it's just a stolen base. And so Coghlan now is at second base with a big stolen base there. And Andre Ethier now with a man at second looking to drive him home. Ethier is 2 for 3 on the day. He does have a strikeout as well. And we'll face McKirahan here, and he singles. That's a 2-star single. So Ethier, they left him in, lefty against lefty. probably should have pinched hit for him, but he comes through big with a single out to center. And Coughlin is going to come around to score. And that will give Colorado a 3-2 lead. Ethier picks up a big RBI there. And McCurahan going lefty on lefty and can't get the job done. Now only one out, and Ethier is at second. Jace Peterson comes to bat. And that's a 1-3. And that's a ballpark single chance. A 1-19, and it's a single. It's a 1. And so now Ethier moves to second on a single from Peterson. And that's 3 straight singles given up by McCurahan. And they're going to have to go get him. McCurahan fails to do his job as a lefty specialist. And he gets the hook. And they're going to Josh Fields. Josh Fields coming in mop-up duty to try and get out of this, only giving up 1 run. McCurahan can only make it a third of an inning. He got 1 out, and it was against a right-hander. The lefty specialist, wouldn't you know it. 3 hits given up. No strikeouts and no walks. And it will be Josh Fields. Coming in here. Ethier was a Sun Devil too. They're everywhere. Well, yeah, it sounds like it, especially between these two teams. Josh Fields for San Francisco. He's worked in 10 2/3 innings. He's got a 1-0 record, given up 7 hits, 2 earned runs. He does have 12 strikeouts, though, in those 10 2/3 innings. He also has 7 walks, so maybe effectively wild as Josh Fields, perhaps. Here he is facing Brad Miller. Miller is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, with runners on first and second. They will let him swing here against the righty Fields, and he hits one to the shortstop. That's Peralta. Peralta's going to make a nice strong throw to Baez, and Baez whips it and fires it, and Gonzalez has to scoop it out of the dirt, but that is going to be a 6-4-3 double play, and Josh Fields on 1 pitch gets him out of the inning, and not before Colorado takes a lead. It's a 3-2 ball game. We go to the top of the 9th. Colorado looking for an elusive victory, although they have won 2 in a row coming into this ball game, and they will go to their closer, who has had some issues so far this season, but they're going back to him. It's Drew Storen. So Drew Storen will face the top 3 hitters in the order, replacing Ken Giles, who works the 8th. Drew Storen. Giles went 1 inning. He gave up 2 hits, no runs. Struck out 2, and he walked 1. And now Storen, who I know has already blown 1 save this season. I want to say it's 2 saves, actually, or more. Let's take a look at his numbers real quick. Drew Storen, he's worked 4 innings. He's got an 0-2 record, so he's blown 2 saves. He has 1 save to his name so far this season. Colorado only has 3 as a team. The closer only has 1. Giles has 1, and Enrique Burgos has 1. So not really trusting in the closer, but they're going to him here. He's given up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. And he will have a tough order here to face Baez and Marwin Gonzalez. If anybody reaches, it'll be Giancarlo Stanton as well. But here he is, Drew Storen. And Davis pops this one up on the third base line. It's going to be in foul territory. And Brad Miller squeezes the glove with two hands. And that's a foul out to the third baseman. This is the last chance for San Francisco, trailing 3-2. Looking for somebody to get on base so that Stanton can come to bat. And will Javi Baez be able to reach? Look at all this black ink. It's a 1-9, and that's a strikeout. So Storen gets Baez to strike out. And there's two quick out here. It'll be up to Marwin Gonzalez to keep this thing rolling for Stanton. Although Gonzalez had a home run himself in the first inning. Since then, though, lined out to third, bounced out to short, and then bounced into a double play. He steps in from the left side, and this is a 6-6, which is a strikeout. So Storen comes in and shuts the door with ease and gets San Francisco 1-2-3, and that will end the inning and end the ball game. Colorado comes from behind and takes a lead in the 8th inning to win this ball game 3-2. So a good game here. Colorado has won their 3rd ball game in a row, and they're heading in the right direction after struggling early on this season. But now they've won 3 in a row and are starting to march up the standings. Let's take a look at all the numbers here. McCarrahan, he gave up the losing run, and he will take the loss. Josh Fields, he went 2/3 of an inning. He didn't allow anything. Drew Storen, on the other hand, goes 1 inning, no hits, and he struck out 2 with no walks. So Ken Giles is going to get the win. I think it was Jerry Ball who gave him the good luck here, and Drew Storen picks up the save. So the the Yavapai College alumni here, Ken Giles with the win. And he moves his record to... he's 1-0. His first decision there. He does have a save, but now he has a win. The loss goes to Andrew McCarrahan. And let's see. McCarrahan is 0-1. The save goes to Drew Storen. And that will be his 2nd of the season. Jerry says, nice game. Well, thank you. That was fun. That was a good game to play. Lots of decisions that had to be made. That intentionally walking Gutierrez there, that worked out pretty well. And got Iannetta, a big strikeout, and then the pinch hitter Sizemore. That was probably the stretch of the game that's decided it most. The player of the game, if you had to vote, who would it be? For me, Coughlin did have a single and a double, and he had a big stolen base there in the 8th. I think I would give it to Coughlin. Let's count up the hits here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits for San Francisco with an error. For Colorado, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hits, so 3 runs on 11 hits, and no errors for Colorado. So that'll do it. The Reggie Rock of Colorado moved to 5-9. and they now are tied with San Francisco at 5-9 in record. And we'll have to see after this game day where the standings line up. A nice game. Jerry Ball says, "Way to go, Kenny, Yavapai College Rough Riders." All right, Ken Giles with the victory. Jerry Ball is pumped up. I want to say thanks to Jerry for joining me here and hanging out while I play this game. It's been pretty fun. Appreciate you being here, Jerry. If you want to be a part of the action, make sure you follow me on Twitter at RNGIDP_Strat. I always post on Twitter about, I give you about 10, 15, 20 minutes. I post that I'm going to be playing a game. I give you the starting pitcher and the injuries over there on Twitter, and just let you know that I'm going to play. And then I come over here and I set my lineups, so I give you a little bit of time, and then I fire it up. So if you want to hang out live and chat with me like Jerry did tonight, go ahead and follow me on Twitter so you can see when I'm doing that. And I'll post all the stats and the scorecards over there as well. Leave me a message here. Leave me a like for sure if you like this. And it's just so fun. I have fun doing this. And I hope you do too. But until the next game, take care. Thanks for watching.